Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have an interesting video for you guys today, and it's going to be actually covering some war attacks that I did. And the reason I'm doing this is because in our most recent war, we ended up going against Eric's clan, which is one hive, and yeah, we we had a tough fight with them, and of course we decided to have some fun with it. So yeah, you can see like both my accounts were there in this one. And without any further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my attacks that I did in this one, which is 2 super bowler attacks along with 2 fireball attacks, if you've been following the channel recently. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys how you can take on different base styles, and let's just get into it. Alright, we start off with my fireball attacks on this one, and you can already see like the army is the same one that I go into Legend League with on this one. So let's just get started with it. Over here we need to try to analyze the base weaknesses that we have, and I'm going to show you guys a lot of diamond bases as well today, and that's something that a lot of people have been requesting lately. So let's just see what it is that we can do on this one. I'm pretty sure it should be obvious, like fireball is just such a powerful tool to go for like deep areas in the base, especially with a lot of damage. And you can see that it's like these two areas on the base over here. So now it's up to us to really decide which of these areas we want to target with the fireball. And I'm going to say that the town hall compartment is a lot more toxic to deal with, and it should definitely be your target for the fireball. So the reason I'm saying that is because like this is just a lot of damage for your heroes to go through as compared to this area. And not only that, consider the fact like we have literally, just look at my army comp, like we have like 13 super barbarians over here, and we have a yeti as well. So honestly, what we can do is we can just sprinkle them around over here to tank for these mortars, and our flame flinger can actually go ahead and grab all of this value for us, which is splendid. Like I can't ask for anything more from it. So just keeping that as a starting point in mind, let's just see how I carry on the rest of this attack. And we already walk into a red mine farm at the beginning, so that's really helpful for us. And yeah, like the warden, he can literally 1v1 the monolith if there's no other damage on him, and you can see that really quickly over here. Like I don't even have to pay attention to him, just he can easily 1v1 a monolith. So that's absolutely no concern for us. You can already see I'm starting to sprinkle in some super barbarians in the area to tank for the flame flinger and protect it against the mortar. And those barbarians also went ahead and pulled out some Teslas for us, so it works out perfectly. And over here what I did was I didn't get too greedy. I didn't want to push my warden too far ahead. There was a builder hut over here, and I knew that if I targeted the builder hut I would be able to grab like this much of value. And once again, I have mentioned this a few times in the past as well, I'm not trying to be extremely greedy with my fireball, because if this rage tower activates, that was over here in the area, there would be 2 multi-archer towers on my warden. And considering that I am focusing on my flame finger over here, it is very easy for me to lose my warden extremely easily, especially with the enemy king also fighting me over here. So that's another thing I want to mention, like don't get greedy. Just go ahead and get some value. It doesn't have to be literally half the base all the time. Just the fact that you can keep your warden alive over here is also a very large thing for you. So this is going to help us out tremendously over here. And yeah, just 1 invis, 1 rage, and that warden is going to remain safe. He will be able to take out the town hall and the expo all on his own, and then he will be perfectly fine. I noticed that a black mine ate a healer over here, so I decided to just give him a 5th healer back again, and I'm perfectly fine doing a queen charge with just 4 healers. So now that the fireball is over, and I can see my warden is starting to head down towards the bottom, that is your cue to begin your queen charge, because I'm absolutely sure at this point my warden will not go back up over here. He is going to stick around in this area. It is safe for me to join my start my queen exactly in the opposite direction of where he's going. So once again, we've created the hole in the middle. The warden is going over here. That's the cue for our queen to start up from the top of the base. And very slowly but surely you can see how we are going to converge on the base over here. It's definitely very interesting in a way. And yeah, this queen is going to be able to manage this entire area all on her own. That frozen arrow is going to keep her alive, and we still have 2 rages in the back, don't forget about that as well. So I noticed that my warden is not going towards a single inferno soon enough, so might as well just drop my royal champion in over here and let her just deal with it. Early poison, just the rage, just to make sure that she can get that single inferno down, so that it doesn't trouble either my queen or my warden later on. And this is going to work out really well for us. So yeah, this CC is down as well. And how much of the base is really even left? Honestly, it's there's nothing really left to even talk about. The queen royal champion easily handled this part. It's so incredibly flexible. All you need to do is identify the fireball value correctly, and after it's just a matter of throwing your heroes in the right spots. So yeah, just using our king in the area to help out while the warden continues to chip away at the core from this angle over here like this. It works out very perfectly for us. And yeah, queen is handling most of the heavy damage. Royal champion was just a sacrificial lamb to go and finish the rest of the core for us. And you can already see like this base is done. It's just so easy to converge on bases like this, because our flame flinger is handling one heavy area, the warden walk is handling the other area. The other things that are left on the base are not a challenge for us whatsoever. Like our queen, king, royal champion, they're free to do whatever they want. There's no way the remaining defenses will be a challenge for them, and that's just what you have to do with this attack. Sometimes it's that simple. So that's our first attack, and of course we'll move on to the next one. So let's just get into our second fireball attack for this clan war that we did. Alright, next base over here, it's a very toxic looking anti-2 style setup. And I guess the first thing you can also probably notice on this one is there's no particularly very clumped up defenses in any area. So you're probably wondering, how do you use the fireball on bases like these? Like, this is a real question. There's a lot of legend style bases exactly like this one, where there's no concentration of defenses in one particular area. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes you need to take the 30 seconds that you have before your attack starts. Even in Legend League, like over here I got to plan it a little bit better to kind of analyze what the groups of defenses are. So maybe this is one group of defenses that you can target. Here is another group of defenses you can target, and I guess that's about it, because it's like symmetrical along this axis over here. So we need to just consider that where can you land a fireball such that you can get like the entire group of defenses, right? And since my fireball is of a lower level, that is level 20, as you can see over here, I have decided to not go for the eagle with my fireball, and I've decided to instead go for this pocket over here. And I'm pretty sure it should be obvious. If I get my fireball on either this ricochet cannon or this builder hut, I can get all 4 of these defenses down, and that is huge for us. Not only that, if I can funnel my warden to go towards the right side, as I've mentioned before, he can 1v1 a monolith no problem. And over here, if I can even pull this clan castle before he starts dealing with the monolith, it's even better. But even if it's an ice golem CC while he has to fight a monolith, no problem for us. So that's just one way we can begin the attack over here. And once again, you need to remember that we have a lot of resources over here in terms of those smaller troops to help tank various defenses. And you can see exactly what I've done over here, that Yeti is going to very nicely just tank the mortar, and we have put a flame flinger right in the face of the entire defense cluster over there. And that's just going to do a much better job as well for us. And yeah, you can see over here, fireball and perfectly calculated within that 6 tile radius that we have, and that forces our warden to continue walking towards the right as well. So what more could you possibly need? The tough part is over. The warden is going to just handle this entire area all by himself. The flame flinger is going to be able to grab this cluster out over here, just this much. Any further and the flame flinger is going to die to maybe the ground expo or something. And yeah, look at that, he's also stepped in such a way such that he pulls the clan castle out before he has to deal with the monolith at all. So we can ignore him for now, and once again we can see he's going to definitely stick towards the right over here, which gives me all I need to start my queen from the top over here. And yeah, that's about it. You can see what we're trying to do over here. I'm just trying to ensure that my queen closes the hole, rather expands upon the hole that was created by the warden, and just continue to keep chipping away in the opposite direction from over there. And yeah, as I was saying, don't worry about the warden too much. He can 1v1 that monolith, no problems for him at all. And yeah, we are just using our heroes to kind of converge the top side of the base down, very slowly but definitely surely. And yeah, the queen with that frozen arrow, she is just going to be able to handle all of that pressure with no problems for her. A bit unfortunate that we couldn't get our king to directly go in over here, but it's whatever, right? Like at this point the base is already broken down so well. There's not really too many defenses left, and we can easily push our queen towards the core a bit better from over here, and that's exactly what we're going to do, especially with the frozen arrow. She is just not going to die anytime soon. And you guys have already noticed, like I haven't even deployed my royal champion yet. Like just look at the number of resources I have left on my tab as well. So yeah, just for the sake of, I guess, time in this case, I just quickly started my royal champion as well at the bottom. Flamefinger opens up at pretty much a perfect time. Like there's nothing really left on the base anyway, and everybody's going to easily converge on the town hall. And this is a very viable strategy on a lot of anti-2 style bases where the core itself is not very heavily packed. Feel free to end on the town hall, it is not dangerous. All you need to do is make sure that your warden and queen respectively go in very safe areas. And yeah, we calculated that we can get the fireball to have that entire area taken out, and we made sure that the warden still continues to go in a safe area from there. And all that was left after that was to just expand upon the hole with a queen walk, and it's just a matter of using your other heroes to keep supporting your warden and your queen charge. So that's about it. That's that's the two fireball attacks that we had in this war, and they were on pretty good bases, I believe. So feel free to try it out, feel free to experiment, and yeah, we'll move on to the super bowler attacks that we have lined up for you guys. Alright, we move on to super bowlers, and once again you guys can see that this is the exact army composition that I use for my Legend League attacks. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, we will be doing a lot of diamond bases. So this one as well as the next one are going to be diamond bases for you guys. So I hope that really does help you guys a little bit with diamond bases a bit more. And you have to be a little creative. Like this is a well spread diamond base once again. So let's just analyze the weaknesses that we have on this one, right? First things first, like we can see like a lot of damage is very well spread along this L, you could say, and we just need to make our way around it, right? So the first thing I noticed, I guess, on this base is the fact that this little cluster over here is good for a Flamefinger. The only thing protecting it are these mortars over here. So why don't we do something like, maybe I can have my warden start somewhere over here to tank this mortar, and then I can have a yeti to tank this mortar, and I can just drop another flamefinger. I can drop my flamefinger right over here, right, like that. Yeah, so what that does is it opens my flamefinger to go for this entire area, and it also helps my warden finish up this area over here. So you can see that right in action over here. And important thing to note, I'm using my life gem on the warden. I'm not using the heal tome, and I'm not using I'm not using any other fancy equipment. It's all mostly default equipment for these guys. Of course, it's just the king and the queen have the epic equipments that they have, but I don't have enough ores to upgrade anything else. So this is what we're sticking to, the defaults. So that should also help you guys with better equipments than I do. And yeah, it just makes sense for the warden to go ahead and grab the eagle from here, right? Because it's just free value, and that's a lot of damage that we don't have to deal with later on into the attack as well. And look at that, it's just so simple. Like we've managed to drop the yeti perfectly timed to tank this mortar, and the warden also took care of this mortar for us. And now this flamefinger, look at the value I can grab. Like literally 4 defenses in a line over here, and there's nothing that's going to be able to stop it. So that's already very good value. And yeah, over here, I guess one more tip I would be glad to give you guys is never ever send your super bowler smash anywhere close to what your flamefinger is doing. So over here we are going to start our super bowlers into this little compartment over here, and the flamefinger is going to be free to just do whatever it wants in this area. And even if this X-bow does target my flamefinger eventually, what will happen is my yetis will come out and they will still provide tanking in this area, and maybe even take out some defenses all on their own. So honestly, not much for me to worry about. I can just completely ignore the fact that this area of the base exists, and all that's left is this little path for our bowlers to walk through. And you can see this is the compartment we're going to enter through, jump through over here, and that's it. Pop the warden ability, use your rages, and just smash the entire core. So we've got a nice funnel over here, king and queen each funneling the respective sides to make sure that the bowlers stick towards the core. And yeah, this clan castle is also going to be fought in a very safe area, nothing for us to really worry about, and we're going to take complete advantage of that as well. So I'm just freezing the defenses to ensure I can try to delay my warden ability a little bit. You can see he is also pretty low health, but it works out perfectly fine. So over here we're going to let the top bowler die, and we're just going to make sure that we have a very strong smash going through the core over here. And right as the invis tower pops, because that invis tower makes all of this go invisible and our bowlers are going to start splitting, I saved my warden ability up to the very end over here, just to make sure that we can handle the splitting of bowlers that could possibly happen. And that's one more important detail I guess I should probably tell you guys. Just making sure that the bowlers can survive the splitting that would possibly happen, really helpful over here. And you can already see the entire core is pretty much gone, and we still have one rage left in the bag too. We're just gonna throw it down over here, it doesn't really matter too much. Royal Champion to help clean up the crumbs that are left by the bowlers, and we can just immediately start our cleanup behind the Royal Champion as well, no problems whatsoever. And yeah, as I was saying, those Yetis from the Flame Flinger, they're easily going to help us clean up that entire bottom area. And what's really left on this base, right? We still have a Queen ability, a Royal Champion ability, and yeah, the cleanup is going extremely smoothly. Not really much else for me to worry about right now, and you guys can already tell as well, this base is a done deal for us. A very interesting approach in the fact that we used the Warden and the Flame Flinger in close by areas, but the Flame Flinger targeted the area that the Warden was not even trying to go towards eventually. So in a way, they both cleared their own respective compartments, and yeah, that's about it. The Flame Flinger can work independently, and we just ensured that our bowlers never ever interrupted the flow of the Flame Flinger itself. So very cool way of doing a super bowler smash on a diamond base that was very annoying. And yeah, I guess the second important detail is to note how I use the Warden ability exactly at the Invis Tower. Exactly at the Invis Tower popping. Just one small thing that really helps us in case the bowlers decide to split in a very bad way. So yeah, I'm well aware that this is not how I usually do my super bowler smashes, but we just need to take full advantage of the different weaknesses available on different bases. So that being said, we'll move on to the next base, which is also a diamond base. And yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, this is our second base over here, and you can already see it's a much more annoying diamond style base as well. The walls are laid out such that it's going to be difficult for our bowlers to really target any specific compartment, but if you try to whittle the base down a little by little, you can see that maybe if we enter certain compartments, we can get some good bounces out onto different areas, and that's all we really need sometimes with bowlers. You need to figure out a path through the base while slowly taking care of all the damage that's there on this on different bases. So just keeping that in mind, over here we can see that the damage is very well spread along this outer ring over here. So I'm gonna like mark it like a donut, you could say. Yeah, something along this line. So we need to somehow make sure that our bowlers can survive the damage whenever they have to deal with any of it. And to that extent, we also need to try to ensure that our tools like our Flame Flinger and the Warden Walk at the beginning can make life easier for us as well on such bases. I believe the principle is much simpler when there's a lot of damage accumulated in a specific area, because all we need to do in those cases are somehow just pass our bowlers right towards the damage and let them just go to work. After that, our heroes can handle the rest of it, and that's it. That's super bowler smash for you on those style of bases. But over here we've got a tougher base, and you can also see I have some modifications in my army. I only have one wall breaker and I have 2 Yetis over here, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm doing this. One more favorite approach I have on some diamond bases is targeting the area behind the town hall with a Flame Flinger. And over here we have 2 mortars. So that's the only reason I brought 2 Yetis, very honestly. It's just to ensure I have enough to make sure I can tank these 2 mortars, because if the Flame Flinger goes ahead and grabs all of this value, any approach coming from the far side of the town hall I just need to stop right over here. I don't need to worry about this entire area behind the town hall, and that's actually something you can watch out for on a lot of annoying diamond bases. If you can get a flame flinger for some really good value behind the town hall, definitely go for it. And to that extent, we are even going to have a funnel to ensure that we can have our bowlers nicely coming in from the top of the base over here. And yeah, you can just see I've started my warden in the corner. I'm just going to try to funnel out this corner like this. So that's the X-bow and the scatter shot that we're looking for over here. Of course, the enemy queen will be included, and you can even see we've even started the flame flinger at the bottom. We are trying to be a little patient, just trying to make sure we don't waste the value from our yetis. And yeah, just drop the yeti as soon as the flame flinger is about to go on towards the flame flinger, and as soon as the mortars are about to go for the flame flinger. And yeah, over here we are just dropping the rage as a precaution, in case my warden starts fighting the enemy queen exactly like he is doing right now. It gives us time to focus on dropping the yeti for tanking that mortar, and sometimes that's all you need. So over here I noticed my warden was not directly going to the X-bow, and this is exactly when you're going to need the second rage as well. So yeah, just I guess another small tip that I can give you is don't hesitate to use 2 rages sometimes for your warden walks. It's completely worth it, because look at the amount of funnel that he's able to create over here. It's a very beautiful thing that he's able to do, and we will take it. It's just going small things that ensure our bowlers will not split around randomly into the core, as we're trying to go deeper into the base. So yeah, over here now this just covers the left side of the funnel that we have over here. For the right side of the funnel, you'll probably notice how I'm doing something like a Sui attack, but notice I'm using my queen towards the inner edge over here, and my king is going towards the outer edge. That's because I'm sure that this damage which is waiting ahead over here is too much for my queen to handle, and that's why I'm planning on using my king to actually funnel out this area over here. And I know that my queen can easily funnel this eagle compartment out, but my timing was a little shabby because of these ice golems. I was hoping that my bowlers would be able to handle the ice golems and not my queen or my king, and you can already see I have 0 tanks for my bowlers. It is just the ice golems, and that's it. And this is the only reason I'm forced to use my warden ability a little bit early, because once again this is a broader compartment. I don't know how my bowlers are going to split, and you can already see they are splitting around pretty wildly, and it's just a little annoying for us to deal with, and we're just gonna have to deal with it to some extent. Luckily for us, we have the queen and the royal champion going strong around the edge, and the bowlers have actually managed to clear out most of the core. Flame Finger has done an amazing job as well at the bottom, only leaving 1 ricochet cannon left up for us, and that's perfectly fine, right? Because look at what's literally left on the base. We still have our queen with ability, we still have a royal champion as well with her ability, and those guys can easily handle the town hall, especially considering that the flame flinger already scouted this area for traps. Remember, we still have our yetis as well. We still had our yetis as well in our flame flinger, and to that extent, we already scouted the area for some traps that are possibly there in the area. And yeah, it came very close, but it was sadly a time fail. Very close, just a little unfortunate on the timing over here. The enemy, my own queen had to handle the ice golems instead of my bowlers, and that was the only reason my queen did not go into the core with my bowlers as well. Otherwise the funnel was perfectly set. The king had nicely taken care of this entire area. Queen was easily dealing with this entire eagle artillery area as well, but sadly neither the queen nor the king ended up joining our bowlers in the end because of that timing difference, and that cost us the triple. Our bowlers split very badly in the core, but if my queen had walked in the core, you guys can already predict, like, she would have targeted the town hall from right over here, and the royal champion would have had a very easy finish for us. So yeah, that's about it. That's the 4 attacks that I had in this war for you guys. And yeah, I just hope I showed you guys a larger variety of attacks that you can possibly do on different base styles. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.